Let's take a real quick stroll around the property and see what's going on with the spring flowers. These are my tulips that I said in the last video they got frosted. Well, hi, Miss Kitty. Pumpkin. Pumpkin. He's like, I'm out of here. They seem to come back, a lot of them. Now, some of them are completely done, as you can see. But this one bloomed late, so it still looks really nice. And then a couple of these look nice, but as you can see, the rest are done. My hyacinths are done, and then those are Easter lilies there. And of course, there's some weeds in there. Haven't weeded anything. Hi, kitty, kitty, kitty. Come here. People like to see you. People like to see you. Yeah. Hi. Hello. Yeah, you're a good kitty. Yes, you're a good kitty. They've had their breakfast already. She's like a typical cat. Sometimes she wants affection and other times she doesn't. So today must be a day that she wants affection. Whoa, you're gonna get under my feet. She'll probably follow me around. This is my Live Forevers. Those are doing really well. I had 2 butterfly bushes, and one of them died last year, and this one came back. But I don't know if this one's going to do anything this year or not. Then I've got irises here, and this is my honeysuckle vine. This is my little garden that I plant mostly annuals in here. But I do have a columbine. I had 3 columbines, but it looks like only one of them survived. And I'll clear this all out when it's closer to the end of May, because you can't really plant things in here till after Mother's Day, so can't plant outside. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do over here this year. The cucumbers did terrible last year, and I don't know why they did so poorly. But we've got this climbing fence here, so I don't know if I'm going to plant cucumbers again. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with these pots. I'd really like to have cucumbers, but they just didn't do good last year. So if I do cucumbers again, I'm going to have to completely empty these pots out and put a bunch of fresh soil in there. And I don't know. What I think happened is that after we had all those pine trees taken down back here, it got a lot sunnier here, and we had such a hot July that maybe that's why. I don't know. I am not good with plants at all. Here's Bo. What you doing, Bo? Come on. He's been out for his morning constitutional. There's something going on at one of the neighbors down the road. I don't know what they're doing, but there's been dump trucks going past for about a week now. These are my lily of the valley that Scott every year says he wants to mow off. But this time of year, they're so pretty. I know they're highly poisonous for children or whatever, but they're just so pretty. Now, I do have some things growing in there that I don't want growing in there, like volunteer raspberry plants, but we have so much poison ivy, speaking of, right there, and I am so allergic to it that I don't get in these flower beds and do anything out here. But the lily of the valley These have been here for a long time. I planted these a long time ago, and it was probably this is probably, I don't know, quadrupled in size over the years. It was just a small little patch that I planted, and they've just gone crazy. And if, like I said, if there wasn't all these other weeds in there, that would be really beautiful. So there's that. What else? I don't know if you remember last year. Hi, Miss Kitty. I had a table, an old patio set table back here behind my deck, and I had my pots on it, planted peas in there. Well, that table finally gave up the ghost this winter with all the snow and ice and everything, and it collapsed. So I'm gonna have to do something different. Maybe I'll plant my peas over there. I don't know. I'm just, every year that goes by, I want to do less and less garden because I've never been good at it. What else to show you? Our lilac bushes are blooming. This one here on the end needs to come out because it's half dead. And these really need to be trimmed, pruned down, because they've come, instead of bushes, they're trees. But there they are. They smell so nice. So I guess the last thing I'm gonna show you is the strawberry bed. Those are my peony bushes. This is where the greenhouse used to be, and it got destroyed by the tree last year. And so we just used the raised beds, and Olivia planted tomatoes out here last year, and Brussels sprouts. The Brussels sprouts didn't make it, but the tomatoes did really good. So I'm not sure what we're planting back here. We might move the cucumbers back here. I don't know what we're doing. And then as far as the strawberry bed goes, as you can see, they've died off quite a bit. So our plan is to carefully dig up the ones that are living, take off about an inch or two of the soil that's in here, put fresh soil down, replant them, and then I bought all they had at Walmart. They only had 6 Everbearer strawberry plants left, but I bought what they had, and so we want to rejuvenate this strawberry bed. The only problem is, as you can see, they're already starting to blossom. So I don't know if we should wait till fall to I don't know. I have to do some research on that, on when's the best time to transplant strawberries. Olivia said that we may just have to take the loss if they either don't survive or they don't make fruit with these blossoms, because last year she struggled a lot to keep the grass out, and as you can see, the grass is coming back very strong. Now we're not going to do anything with the peony bushes. It takes them forever to get established, and they're finally established. In fact, I might see, yeah, there's actually a blossom on this one, which they hardly ever blossom. And I think maybe, I'm not really sure, this probably wasn't the best spot for them. And they were right up against the greenhouse, but now the greenhouse isn't here. Maybe they'll do better. But yeah, this one's already got a blossom coming on. So I told her, so we are not moving the peony bushes. So yeah, that's our little update. There's Daffy. Hi, Daffy. Yeah, Donald's back over there. Isn't here eating bugs? Huh? Were you eating bugs? Inside of their nighttime coop needs to be cleaned out. You can see where we got a lot of rain and it's all muddy and nasty in there. But that's a job for Olivia. I can't do that, not with my back. All right, well, that's the little update for the day for my garden, what's going on in the end of April. And I'm sure I will keep you updated as we decide on things. I've got a theme in mind for my front deck. But like I said, it's way too early to do anything, plant flowers or anything. So that will be in a future video. All right, I'm gonna go in and get my coffee. I haven't even had my coffee yet this morning. Well, hello friends. Obviously I'm in the car. It's kind of dark in here. I'm still in the garage. I'm getting ready to take Olivia to school. And I think after I drop her off, I'm gonna go over to Emily and Ivy and take you around a little bit in there. It's been a while since I've been to that store, and I think it's been a while since I've filmed in there. So let's go ahead and do that. And before I do that, I'm going to insert some footage here of like a scrapbooking type project that I worked on a couple of days ago, and I just picked up my camera and filmed it as I was going. So I will insert that footage here. I'm going to work on this project. I've been meaning to do this project for a while, and if you've been with me for quite some time, you probably maybe remember this little album. It's like a little scrapbook. I can't even remember where I got this. I think I got it at a garage sale or something, and I've been adding pictures and quotes and things like that to it, and just, you know, very basic scrapbooking. And I went and got some other pictures printed off because I wanted to work on this album some more. On this page, I'm going to put this picture. This was me as a baby and my mom. It's my older sister, Becky, there watching. And even as a little baby, I loved babies, as you can see. So I'm just going to put that there. I'll trim the edges, put some stickers. That'll be really cute there. So for this page, I'm going to use this picture. This is me, my older sister, and my younger sister. I'm assuming we were on our way to church. This was in the old farmhouse where I spent most of my, from infancy till first grade, I think. I lived in the old farmhouse, which is on this property. It was on this property, but it burned down in a fire. But anyway, I'm going to put that picture on this page. This picture was taken a few years ago, and this is my stepdaughter, Sarah, and then, of course, Olivia and Travis. I do have one other stepdaughter. Her name's Amy, and obviously she's not in this picture. This picture was taken a couple of years ago of Olivia and I. We were on a friend's pontoon boat. That's why our hair is blowing like crazy. All right, Olivia and I have been wanting to try this creamy coconut Dr. Pepper. I love Dr. Pepper. It used to be my favorite soda back when I used to drink soda a lot. And apparently this creamy coconut was around last year, but I'd never heard of it. And we've been kind of trying to find it for a few weeks now, and I finally found it at Walmart. So we're going to give this a taste test. I'm going to put it on ice because pop is best served on ice, I think. And I'm going to drink it with a straw. All right, got my cup of ice here. Olivia's got her cup of ice. Ooh, look at that fizz. Now I got pop all over my hand.
You're not well practiced.
I am not. I don't drink enough pop to be well practiced, I guess. I did wash the top of this lid. I knew that should be done. I smelled it. Doesn't really have a smell. Very, very fizzy. Made a mess on the table. All right. Olivia, you want to taste it first?
You're scared, aren't you?
No, I'm not scared.
You're scared.
I'm not scared.
It tastes creamy and coconutty.
Good. All right, my turn. Definitely can taste the coconut. Mmm. Very good. If you like coconut and if you like Dr. Pepper, I think you're gonna love this. Now, the only way I could buy it was I think it was a 12 pack. So now it's gonna be a endurance race to see how I can stay out of it. I won't drink much of it because carbonation just doesn't agree with me sometimes. Plus the fact that I really, really try hard not to drink my calories. But I highly recommend the Dr. Pepper Creamy Coconut. It's delicious. right, I am home, and I hope you enjoyed that little trip there through Emily and Ivy. I didn't film the entire time I was there. There were times where there were people and whatnot, but I hope I gave you at least a good taste of what that place is like. You could spend a lot of time in there. There's a lot to see. I didn't get a whole lot today. I just picked up 3 items. The first item I picked up was this little dog figurine. I can't remember how much I paid for it. I will put that on the screen. But I got it because it reminded me so much of Oliver. So let me show you where I'm going to place this. I'm going to put it up here with my other beagle or slash hound figurines. Let me see. I thought it was of the same kind of like design as this big one. And the other 2 items I picked up were planters. You know, I have a thing for vintage miniature planters, and I just loved this bird. I paid $6 for it, and I just loved it. I loved the coloring of it, the simplicity of it, and yeah, I just loved it so much. I don't think I'm going to put this down with my other planters. I think I might put it somewhere else. I'll show you that in a minute. Oh, before I forget, in that footage when you saw that little figurine of the Schnauzer dog, Mama, with her 2 puppies, it was only $4. Oh my goodness, I wanted to get that so bad for my friend Kim, Schnauzer Mom, here on YouTube. She collects vintage Schnauzer figurines, and oh, I wanted to get that for her so bad. But I do not trust our postal system. I have had more than one item go missing, and I just don't trust to send things through the mail anymore. But Kim, I was thinking of you, and I would have bought that for you in a heartbeat if I could trust the postal system, but I didn't. Sorry. But anyway, the last thing I picked up was another planter. I don't know, it was just something about this. I loved the color of it. I loved the paint job of her face was really well done, and it was only $4. So let me get these 2 planters placed, and then I will show you how I have them styled, or at least just placed. All right, friends, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for the last couple of days as I just kind of puttered around and then did some fun things. It's been beautiful weather. The sun is out, and that always makes my mood better. And so it's been a really good last couple of days. Just a really quick update before I get off of here. Scott went back to the eye doctor yesterday and he got the all clear. He's all healed up already. There was no permanent damage and he doesn't have to even put the eye drops in his eyes anymore. So that is a huge blessing. His shoulder is slowly getting better. But yeah, he's just trying to take it easy on that shoulder. So continue to pray for him that his shoulder heals up quickly as his eye did. All right, friends, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you again next week with a brand new video. Bye-bye, friends.